Stop.
Like, oh,
you don't not tell me how to do my job.
just you be like, oh, you got my arm too tight.
Guys, relax.
Arm too tight. Relax. Oh, I said, grab me. Look how you grabbing me up.
Now, you are Mr. Thurman, correct?
Sir.
Okay, Mr. Thurman, you know, I've never met you before. I don't know you. All I know is that you have picked up a case from out of state. And well, give me a second, and I will let you. But, you know, here, so you know, we're not disputing the underlying charge. We're not fighting it. None of that matters. What we really here are all about is identity, right? Are you this person? If so, how do we get you back to the jurisdiction that you're wanted from? So here it says that you are wanted from Michigan, Washtenaw, Michigan.
Washtenaw County, yes.
Yeah, Washtenaw County. And it says here that you're wanted out of there for armed robbery. So I know that you're going to tell me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods. It's not that big of a deal, yada, yada, yada. But my primary concern is public safety. We have enough death, dismemberment, and hysteria in Harris County as it is. And I don't want any more blood on my hands. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Shh. So your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond. And I don't know, because if you're a public danger, I'm going to have a hard time doing it. Right?
Understandable, Your Honor.
Oh, Miss Chisholm's not even here.
She just jumped off because she was just up there.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Your lawyer's not here.
Okay.
So until your lawyer gets back, I'm not going to let you go. I'm going to bring you back out, but your lawyer's not here. I can't talk to you without your lawyer here. So I'll bring you back out here as soon as she gets back, and then we'll go right through the rigmarole again. Okay? Sorry. I didn't even realize she's not here. Mr. Thurman, you're back. Okay.
Right from the start, the tension in the courtroom is palpable. Mr. Thurman is defensive. "Stop. You do not tell me how to do my job," he says, already setting the tone for what's to come. The judge tries to calm the situation, focusing on identifying him and confirming that he's wanted out of Michigan for armed robbery. But notice the judge's tone, calm yet firm. He stresses that this isn't about guilt, but public safety. You can feel the weight in his words when he says, "I don't want any more blood on my hands." Drama from the start, two strong personalities colliding. Question for viewers. Do you think the judge is being cautious or already showing bias here?
So I told you before, two of my main concerns are, or my two main concerns are, number one, are you going to go back to the jurisdiction that where you're wanted from? And number two, most importantly, are you a danger to my public? I take public, safety. It's as important as my hair. You know what I mean? It's that important, right? Because I don't want anything to happen out there with my name attached to a bond. I try everything in my power to ensure that everybody's protected. And I see that you're wanted for a really serious case. It's an armed robbery, right? I mean, that's what you're wanted for. There's no denying it. That's what it says on the paperwork.
He's on lifetime probation in Michigan.
Lifetime? There's such a thing as lifetime probation?
There is.
Yes.
Whoa.
So that case, well, I'll let you do the talking.
No, he did his time and he got out, and lifetime probation out of Michigan. So that's what's happened. I believe it got.
So how on what would, aside from like a murder case,
So he was
what
charged
would
with
garner?
murder twice, along with 2 armed robberies.
I wasn't charged twice for no murder.
It just shows up.
It just shows up
Oh, I
twice.
was.
As the hearing continues, the prosecutor lays out the facts: a lifetime probation for armed robbery, curfew violations, and possible threats with a deadly weapon. It's a lot to take in. The judge's concern grows as he learns about the defendant's repeated non-compliance, even with a GPS monitor. The prosecutor argues Mr. Thurman is both a flight risk and danger to the public. This is where the courtroom shifts from routine to serious tension. What do you think? Should past mistakes automatically define a person's present risk?
So I wasn't charged
Murder
twice.
along with armed robbery or aggravated robbery in our jurisdiction. He's placed on probation. Since that time, he's been charged in our jurisdiction with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and felon possession of a weapon. In those, he had bond conditions when it started off, where he was ordered to have a GPS monitor. He has had multiple curfew violations on top of that noted. And so I do believe he's a safety risk, because even with literally an ankle monitor, he doesn't follow court conditions. And so I believe he is a safety and flight risk. And the fact that there was a weapon involved with multiple witnesses, some of them children, even threatening to murder them, is that I would be opposed to a bond being set. Also, it should be noted that because of the way the probation was transferred, I can't confirm, so I can't approach on it yet. But from what I see on the system is that he moved the probation to Texas, which means there's an ICA. But I don't have the documents, which is why I can't present them. If there's an ICA hold, he's ineligible for a bond, because that's an ICA hold. I don't have it, which is why I can't say. But if I get the documents.
Interstate compact agreement.
I understand. May I speak, Your Honor? Of course. Okay. After we talk about the probation, I'm at the probation, the GPS curfew wise, my judge knows all that was going on. So he knows every information why I've been late. I have evidence of why I'm late. So he knows everything that's going on with my GPS.
You're not supposed to be late.
Mr. Thurman pushes back, claiming he's been transparent and his probation officer knows about every curfew issue. He insists his lateness was work-related, not defiance. His tone turns passionate, almost desperate, as he defends himself. The judge, however, doesn't seem convinced. This is the heart of the conflict, the battle between personal redemption and institutional distrust. And have you ever felt misunderstood even when you were telling the truth?
He knows why, though.
I understand.
That's why he overlooked. He said, okay, it's fine. He said it was fine.
Quick question, is it a motion to adjudicate?
Well, no, it's still an open case. It's not under probation, but you're just asking if they do a bond violation report. They did on November 1st, 2024. They filed a motion to revoke.
Oh, so it's recent.
It's very recent.
So they've not
this
heard.
month.
Okay, and then so there's not been a hearing on that yet, right?
No, but that's even after they amended the order. Also, he has further bond violation reports on December 18, 2023, another one on November 28, 2023, and that's after they amended it twice. One moment. So he seems to be agreeing with this. So the fact that he has 3 violations on top of having lifetime probation and a possible ICA, obviously, I'm still opposed for him.
Why are you on lifetime probation?
That's the way they set it up, guys. I took the plea deal.
What are you on probation for?
The armed robbery conspiracy coming armed robbery. I did 5.5 years. Came home off lifetime probation. And to continue what I'm saying, I'm a threat to. A flight risk. I can't be a flight risk. Every court that they said I came every single time. Every court day that Michigan have set, I flew out there every single time. I knew I was getting locked up Monday. They told me that Thursday. I still showed up to court and got locked up. So there's no flight risk in this whatsoever if I've been showing up every single time.
And you may be showing up, but at the end of the day, you continue to do.
The courtroom becomes a tug of war between explanation and evidence. The defense argues that Thurman has always appeared in court even when he knew he'd be arrested. Proof, they say, that he isn't a flight risk. Meanwhile, the judge reminds everyone, showing up doesn't erase violations. You can almost sense the frustration. Both sides are standing their ground. If you were the judge, would you grant bond at this point?
What you want to do without regard to bond conditions.
And what do you mean by that, Your Honor?
Meaning that they put you a GPS monitor, and they give you a curfew.
Yes.
And you don't abide by the curfew.
I was working, Your Honor. That's why the judge has stated, because they had my probation curfew time I forgot what time it had as, but I had started my new job because I came, got locked up, lost my other job. He said, okay, the violation he's talking about, I came into court and talked to the judge, and he extended my curfew. He was like, okay, you've been working. I said, yes, I have documentation of new work. So I'll show all my documentation, and he said, okay. So the stuff he's mentioning violations for, they're already been taken care of. So he's not stating that either. He said 2023 obviously I'm still free, right or wrong. I'm still free. That means he's seen all the paperwork. I came with legit paperwork.
And that's kind of where I was coming from at it. If it's a lifetime probation and it's curfew violations that he's still out, my speculation would be that he was able to make an explanation to the judge, and that's why he's not been revoked. So he's still here. As to the underlying charge, It's still a charge and that's what it is. Like he said, he turned himself in on Thursday knowing that he was going to get arrested and held. And so I'm sure that Michigan is.
The details get darker. The judge reads from the police report. Allegations of Thurman threatening a family, including children, with a gun. His tone changes from questioning to disturbed. You're supposed to have a halo over your head, the judge says, but you picked up an aggravated assault. The energy in the courtroom turns heavy, emotional, and personal. Should alleged behavior before conviction influence a judge's fear for public safety?
It's a probation violation because of the underlying charges. And plus, that's where that MRP is probably coming from. I believe he's proven time and time again that he's gone to Michigan, taking care of what he needs to take care of, and he will still be here to take. He's been on bond on the underlying case for about a year, Your Honor. He's not been locked up this whole time up until this recent arrest. So, and at this point in time, this is really just for if since we don't have proof of an ICA, if the judge is willing to set a bond, how much that would be, if there's a willingness to set a bond.
Let me read this to you.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Texas Code of Criminal Procedure 17.03, NLR, out of state Michigan, armed robbery, armed robbery with a conspiracy, 2021. Probation transferred to Texas 3/20/21. Concurrently charged with murder, which was dismissed. No holds. Defendant is not indigent and defendant is alleged to have gone to complaining witness's home and pointed a gun at complaining witness and complaining witness's 3 children because one of the complaining witness's children was involved in a dispute with defendant's sister at the child's school. Defendant threatened to kill, quote unquote, everyone in the home.
Mr. Thurman argues back passionately. I've been clean for a whole year. I haven't been in trouble. He questions the judge's fear, insisting he's worked hard and stayed out of danger. But the judge fires back with a chilling metaphor. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. The drama here is raw, redemption versus reputation. Do you believe people can truly change in the eyes of the law, or does a criminal record shadow you forever?
Defendant then left complaining witness's home and came back with defendant's father, both ready to fight complaining witness and complaining witness's wife. That's the aggravated assault that we have now. So, knowing that you're on lifetime probation for a very serious case, you know that you're supposed to be out there with a halo over your head. And yet you pick up an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon where allegedly a gun is pointed at kids. I mean, the way your mannerisms.
I would say something, Your Honor, that's why.
But don't, though. You have this open case.
Understandable.
Everything they can say, they can use it against you. My concern is public safety, man. And you got to understand that I don't know if you're guilty of this offense or not, but the problem is bad stuff keeps happening to you for some reason. It's like sometimes people are their own worst enemy. They get out and then something happens and then they just end up picking up another charge. It's like a cold. You pick up another charge, you pick up another charge here, you pick up another charge there, you don't follow bond conditions here. Mr. Thurman, you scared?
The conversation turns emotional. Thurman pleads that he's done everything right, working, staying out of trouble, trying to live a normal life. He even highlights how hard it is for a young black man with a felony to find work. But despite his words, the judge remains unmoved. It's just too much blood, he says firmly. This is the breaking point. Justice meets frustration. Is the judge being fair or too harsh given Thurman's efforts?
Man.
Can I scare you, Your Honor?
Yeah.
And I've been out for a whole year since this case happened, and this is my first time being into this courtroom again, and you're fearful whose safety if I've been doing nothing but right and working.
That's not true.
That has been true. I've been out for a year on bond and I have not been into this no court vote orange jumpsuit, I should say. Your
I
courtroom,
mean,
anybody's
you want me
courtroom.
to reward you for
I'm
being a
saying,
good
but you say you're in
person?
fear. You say you're in fear for safety. That's what I'm saying. Like, who are you in fear of? I have not been into
You're-
any trouble whatsoever. I've been squeaky clean. Just I bond it out.
And Your Honor, to
You
your,
don't get rewarded for being a good person out there. You know what I mean?
I
You're
understand
supposed
that.
to be like that anyways.
I understand that wholeheartedly, Your Honor. I'm just saying, but you say you fear, and I'm saying, how are you in fear if I've not been doing anything? That's showing you. That should show you some type of sign. Like, okay, he's not been doing anything wrong. So where is the fear come to play? That's what I'm asking you.
The fear is really because, when people come here, it's little bunnies jumping in the woods, rainbows, gumdrops. And then when they get out there, they turn into different people. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. And I don't want that. Like, I don't want someone out there to suffer because we let you out. I let you bond out. You've got an armed robbery, you've got an ag assault. You continue to violate conditions on those bond, right? That shows me that you're not willing.
The situation escalates. Thurman's emotions boil over as officers move to take him away. "Look how they grabbing me," he shouts. The judge, visibly shaken, apologizes but refuses to set bond. The courtroom grows tense as Thurman is escorted out, defiant, hurt, and heartbroken. A powerful cinematic end to the confrontation. And at this point, do you feel sympathy for Thurman or understanding for the judge?
To abide by bond. I mean, quite frankly, you're lucky to even be out on those charges with the ankle monitor, and you continue to violate.
Your Honor, you keep saying violate. Like, if I was in violations they have on file, by the way. Those have been taken care of. Once again, you keep on saying violations, but they took care of. The felony court judge seeing I have proven, what's the word I'm looking for? Just proven, facts that this is why I'm late. I have a new job. I got fired because I got arrested from the other job, so I started a new job. For me having a felony in my position, and just call it what it is, a young black man with a felony, it's hard for me to get a job anywhere. So the jobs I do get, I take up on those. So it's hard. Any shift they open up for me, I'm going to take it and show my work ethic to them. So I let the judge know that. He sees that. He understands, like, okay, that's why you keep on bringing up violations. I have to work. I have to eat. I have to have a house to live in, like anybody else here. So you keep on bringing that up. I'll keep saying, I already talked to the judge about it. He granted it already. He let it go. That's why I'm still free to this day. Well, was free to this day. And you keep bringing that up. You saying threat to your fear, which is understandable. Everybody gonna have fear, but I have not been into any trouble. I've been working. I've been working for a whole year. I've been on my P's and Q's. And like you say, the police report that you're reading, sir, the case is still open, so I can't really speak on it. I'm pretty say much, but it's a lot more to what you're just reading on that police report.
After Thurman is gone, the courtroom quiets. The judge and attorneys discuss his revoked bonds, multiple charges, and how even if bail were granted, he couldn't leave jail due to overlapping holds. It's a technical but sobering reminder that justice doesn't always hinge on emotion. Sometimes it's just procedure. The calm after the storm. Do you think bureaucracy gets in the way of fairness? In the end, the judge denies bond. His reasoning? Too much blood. Too much risk. This hearing isn't just about one man. It's about how the justice system balances safety, fairness, and second chances. Mr. Thurman's frustration mirrors what many defendants feel. The system doesn't always see progress, only past mistakes. What's your take? Justice served or compassion denied? If you found this courtroom breakdown powerful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more real-life courtroom stories that challenge what we think about justice.